Hello. So today's reading is going to be about unexpected gifts from the universe. I've been sitting on this reading for a day now. Excuse me, because I got it ready. Thursday night, and then on Friday, for some reason, it didn't feel like the right time to do the reading. But what's interesting though is that on Friday, I pulled another card, the card that you see on the top, which is the Rumi Oracle. I pulled one for each pile, even though I had not done that. And that wasn't in my initial setup for this reading. So I guess like it needed time to marinate, it needed time to come together. It's interesting too that these piles, how you see them like this, they were on this side though of my desk. Obviously not here because this is what I sit and do everything, but they were here kind of like gathering the energy of yesterday, which was the 7-7 portal. I find that very interesting. I didn't get around to doing this yesterday because honestly, yesterday was a very intense day. I felt it. There were synchronicities, like for me, my personal journey everywhere. I did post a reading on TikTok because I felt very, very, very called to. But after that, it's like it took everything from me. Like energetic wise, I was like drained. So I just took time for myself. And sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta go with what feels right. But today, this feels right. So here we are. Unexpected gifts from the universe. I'm so sorry. I just gave you a whole explanation, but sometimes if I talk about things, it's usually because of there's a reason for it. So I just gotta trust that. Anyways. So we have three piles. Well, you have not much to pick from today because I'm not showing you any card or anything like that. But you have the crystals, which is pile one is amethyst. Pile two is clear quartz. There's a couple of rainbows there. I'm seeing them, but I'm not sure if they're gonna pick up on camera. And then pile three is lilac lapidolite. And I hope the color is coming up because it's quite beautiful stone. And they're all like raw chunks. And I think that's significant as well for this specific reading. Something about like I'm getting the sense of like a diamond in the rough. And this is like energetically for all the piles, which, it's interesting that I'm even like generalizing you guys. Putting you together in a category, even though each of them I'm sure are going to be very different. But regardless, yeah, you could go based on the crystals. You could go based on the numerology of where each pile falls in the reading, because I know people like to do that. And yeah, go ahead and pick your pile and I'll see you in your readings. I'm going to start with pile one. Hello, pile one. So if you guys picked the amethyst, this is going to be your reading. So, pile one, what unexpected gifts from the universe are you receiving? Okay. Actually, this one goes like this. All right, because I'm going to start with tarot. I'm going to start with my tarot cards that I pre-shuffled, and then I'll get to your oracles. I think I always do that, but I haven't looked at any of these cards, like any at all, okay? Like I mentioned in the intro, I actually picked a Rumi card yesterday. I added it on top because it felt like the right thing to do. And then, yeah, let's get into your reading. Let's see what unexpected gift you're receiving here. Ooh, the Hierophant, nice. And the Nine of Pentacles, a lot of earth energy for pile one. I'm getting a lot of Taurus energy, obviously Taurus, but like it being with Earth again is significant. Taurus and Virgo vibes for some reason, because I always see Virgos as like they have a green thumb and they're very guided towards like having gardens and oh, this is really cute. The little bird, the little blue bird on top of her hat there. birds are messengers, and you could actually be seeing bluebirds. Now I'm hearing blue jay. There's something about how much what you're receiving from the universe is like reciprocity. You're receiving a lot of abundance, a lot of enlightenment, a lot of spiritual abundance as well, spiritual knowledge abundance. And it's because of the care that you've been giving to your craft. You see how she's like, I had not noticed that before. Um, she's like petting the pentacle. She's like very gently just touching it, like, this is mine, it's precious. That's quite beautiful. There's something about you being so gentle and caring, and also like devoted to the things that you like want to pursue or are pursuing, especially when it comes to your spirituality. You've cultivated a lot, you've planted a lot of seeds within you and also like in others, and those are like flourishing at this time. They're about to. I'm seeing this as like you literally are like a leader in your own perspective way. You could be a spiritual teacher, someone that is working towards that, whether you think of yourself like that or not, okay? It's more of like, it's almost like you fall into your role of a healer, of a teacher, of a spiritual advisor in some kind of way. And you're non-conventional, you know, because usually this is, so the Hierophant is the Pope. And we know that in Catholicism, right, the Pope is always a male. Like, I don't think, I'm pretty sure there's like rules, right, that you cannot have a woman Pope. But yeah, so you're non-conventional, and people that kind of like listen to you are also non-conventional. But in a non-conventional way, you still kind of like, you fulfill a role that seems conventional. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does. All right. Ooh, the devil. More earth energy, you guys. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they're here. You guys have a lot of earth. Also a lot of pentacles all around you, right? Because this is earth energy, but like, look, she has 9 of pentacles all around her. And then the devil also has pentacles. I really like, obviously, this deck because it's the cat tarot, and the devil is a dog. Like, do we ever think of a dog as a devil? No, dogs are fucking adorable. So yeah, this is you. This is what I mean. Like, you fulfill a conventional role, right? Which is the devil, but in an unconventional way because you're sweet and kind and loving. And does that make sense now? I hope it does. So yeah, it's really interesting. I think there's also something about the gift that's coming your way is a shift in perspective. So let's say if you used to think of the devil as an entity or just an energy or whatever it is that you want to deem it, or you feel like it is, whatever name you give it, as like evil, as something that you would never like want to maybe work with, kind of tap into or something like that. Like, here you are seeing it for in a different light, and the fact that she is looking this way, very interesting, very interesting. I think the non-conventional approach to spirituality that you've been having is what leads you to then a lot of success in this realm, interesting word, in this kind of field that you're trying to make a living in. Not just make a living, but like make a difference in, have an impact in, you want to be a part of, right? You're seeing things very differently. There's a shift in perspective for you. There's a shift in general, okay? And it's not just for you, but it's for, again, it's like you bring people with you to this mentality. You bring people with you to this way of thinking, a way of seeing the world, kind of accepting the shadow as well. Because the devil is usually about like restrictions, in the sense of like, it's like self-imposed restrictions. Maybe some of them are not self-imposed, but they do stem from like maybe like abuse or very painful situations, having struggles with addiction, stuff like that, right? They're not self-imposed, but you know, they can stem from a place, obviously, from something that happened to you, but it's also something about you kind of seeing it in a brighter light. It's like seeing your shadow, integrating it, giving it love, and not seeing it as scary anymore. It's almost, it's almost like what used to scare you does not scare you anymore. And that especially has to do with like your inner work, but also with whatever you do externally. So that's interesting. If you guys have been slowly but surely kind of what is it, desensitizing yourself to the esoteric, the spiritual things, and you're realizing maybe you stand from a place of, this is why we started with the Hierophant, from a place of like very religious doctrines, and you were, you know, it was just how you grew up, for example, right? Eventually you kind of started to kind of deviate from that and go towards more of like the spiritual things. And now you're realizing that whatever you learned as a child, or maybe a young adult, or maybe an adult period, about the devil and the bad things and whatever, it's not quite that. Or maybe the things that you were deeming that way, you gave those labels to, are actually nothing like that. So it is a perspective change that's coming forward for you. Wow. Yeah, talk about complete 180. That is crazy. And the fact that we have the Hierophant, which is number 5, and 5s are about change. I'm telling you, it's like you changed religions, you changed beliefs, or you didn't even follow anything before, and now you're following a certain thing, and you're seeing the abundance that comes with it. You're seeing the enlightenment that comes with it, and you're seeing how freeing it is, because you're being the fool. You're literally jumping into life. You know what? I got this new deck. Let me show you the cards. I got this new deck. It's actually this one, so the Wandering Star. And I really like how the author, she includes a quote with every card. And I'm like a quotes person. And this deck and me, we vibe. We vibe at a different... It's cool. Anyways, the Fool. This wisdom begins with wonder. That's you. That's your gift. You have this sense of wonder that you're pursuing, because maybe in the past you've been a little bit scared of pursuing your sense of wonder because of the restrictions that you had, like self-imposed, or people had imposed upon you. And now it's like you're seeing life with a brand new lens. It's almost like there is no lens. You're seeing it, period. Okay? Yeah. Wow. And there's a lot of success that stems from this mentality and this action of yours of like just living because you want to live. You just want to experience something, experience things. That's amazing, Pawan. There's a sense of liberation. There's a sense of like you liberating yourself from certain mentalities, way of seeing the world, things that were, again, and you were indoctrinated in, things that you were like imposed upon you, something like that. Like there's a lot of healing that's stemming from you stepping away from that. There's a lot of healing coming. There's a lot of abundance. There's a lot of shifts and perspectives, and like breaking the shackles of things. There's a lot of like, you're just gonna be like free falling into life, and it's gonna feel amazing. The fact that she's holding an amethyst, you guys, what? That's so synchronistic. Beautiful. That is beautiful. Wow. All right, let's get into your oracle cards. I love your, oh wow. Okay, Wild Rose Fairy, love. You're tapping into a lot of love energy. The most beautiful, enchanting, ever like ever changing, ever evolving energy. The energy that we all resonate with. The fact that just love is, it's love is love. You know what I mean? There's something about, and I had this little stone on my little altar on the side, and I was like, I have to put it here. So interesting. Okay. Love, you're tapping into this universal well spring of like goodness. Of course you are. Of course you are, because there's so much growth that you're going to like, you've done already, but you probably don't perceive it as such. You just think you're here. It's like very, again, very Capricornian energy, or very much earth energy. You just, you strive forward, you do and you do and you do. And it's almost like you take a breath, you come up, you stop planting, you stop like gathering, and you come up and you look at what's coming for you. And what's coming is beautiful. It's a beautiful life that's unfolding in front of you. There's magic coming your way. Wow. Ooh, a fiery climax approaches. Talk about, okay, Aries energy could be significant too. That makes sense because of the, like, headstrong, very like dedicated to the things that you want to accomplish and do. Aries is definitely like that. Aries, if there's anything, is like that spark of like, yes, I'm gonna go for it. These two give me the same kind of energy right now, same kind of vibe. And then there's your earth energy here in the background saying yes. So you have the initial spark, but we are the resilient. We are I'm getting like Knight of Pentacles energy, where like the Knight of Pentacles, it takes a while to get to where they're going, but damn right they do. And every step that they take, it's precise. It's a step taken with a lot of what is it, like authority, in the sense of like purpose. Like you walk with purpose in life. That's what it feels like. You're walking into your purpose, or you're walking with purpose, period. Like both things at the same time. Focus. Very interesting. So you're being called to make sure that you focus on what it is that you want, okay? It's almost like, you see how this is coming this way. It's like you're reaching a point. So a full moon is a moment where you let go of the things that are no longer serving you, to allow for new things to be birthed. And it's like you release to gain something, right? So while you're doing that, make sure that you focus. Make sure that you focus on what it is that you truly want. And don't hesitate for a second to go for it, because you will get there. You will achieve it. Especially because you do things from a place of love. So you're never going to fail. You have not failed. Even the failures that you consider failures in your life, they're not. They were all, again, they had their purpose. Let me take a sip of my water here. Maybe you guys need to do that. Excuse me. You need to drink some water. All right, let me read about focus for you. Number 24 could be significant as well. I'm hearing that someone's age. All right. If you've been feeling scattered, now is the time to hone in on your desires. Yeah, there's something about what it is that you want. Make sure that it's almost like the arrow and the love thing is interesting too. Because if it's about a connection with someone, like the little side message that I'm getting right now, make sure that you really, again, there's something about, you could have options. Make sure that you focus on the person that you truly want, or the kind of person that you want in your life. And once you have like a sharp, what is it? Like you have your eye on like the target, on what it is that you truly want. Don't deviate from it. Just trust that that specific thing is coming your way. Interesting. All right. Time to be direct and very clear with your intentions. Watch your thoughts, because they are drawing into your life what you are focusing on. Meditate on this card when you want clarity and directness and in thought and speech. So the symbol is bow and arrow. The bow and arrow have long been used as a weapon for hunting and protection. Now they are used for more of sport. Sorry, it is with great focus, discipline, and sight that one becomes skilled and a skilled archer. That's you right there. You are a very skilled archer. That's the thing. You're in this period where you can. The universe is saying, we're giving you a blank slate, but you know that you have to trust that what you want is coming your way. Don't settle for anything else. Like you have the dedication, you have the discipline, you've done the work, pile one. So now it's time to trust. Free fall into this win, this accomplishment for you. Wow. Didn't I say you were a leader? Didn't I say you were like a spiritual teacher of some kind? The green makes me think of healing energy, makes me think of Angel Raphael, which is green. This green aura. You could have a green aura as well. You definitely have a green thumb. All right, step into your leadership, share your message, inspire and empower others. My goodness. Yes, that's definitely what you're going to be doing. You already probably do that already, but there's something about you doing it in a grand scale. They really want you to to realize that you can touch people's hearts. You can kind of make them think. You can plant little seeds of wonder in others, just like you have this sense of wonder about things, and wisdom comes from this sense of wonder that you have. You kind of do that for other people. The little bird makes me think of now that you're like a little messenger for people. You give people the right. You say something to someone like at the right place, right time, right moment, and it resonates so deeply with them that even if in the moment it doesn't resonate, your words come around again, and it doesn't have to come from them remembering what you even said. It comes around in like a billboard, or it comes around in like a little saying or a little quote or something, and they're like, why does that sound familiar? That hits home, or something like that. And believe it or not, it's something you said or something. That's for someone. Maybe that happens to you a lot as well, but like if it happens to you, it's because you also kind of pass the energy along. Anyways, all right. Ooh, from nothing to everything. Wow. Wow. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. From nothing to everything. I mean, if you're going to feel this way about the good things that are coming your way, I can say wholeheartedly, just picking up on your energy, you're someone who feels very grateful for even the little bit that they have. You feel like you don't feel like you have little, right? It's more of you're very humble, and honestly, you're just doing the things that you feel called to, which is why you're jumping. It's like not jumping. It's you're falling into life, and you're falling into a lot of creation, into a lot of abundance, into love, into like you're so focused on being you in a very authentic way. And I think that's what spirituality has guided you to, that unknowingly there's so much being returned to you at this moment. All right, let me read. I cannot read everything because the Romy Oracle just has a lot of, look, I'll show you. Ooh, 7-7. We just had the 7-7-7 portal. Luck is on your side. The divine is on your side. You see, it's a lot. I think I'll just hold it up so that you can pause if you want to read it. I hope it's like focused, and I'm sure you can actually. Maybe just like take a screenshot and then read it on your own time, because especially do this, okay? Make sure that you do the honoring ritual. I just want to read the poem to you. The poem and the little bit that says on the other side. So it says, "Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page." Whoa, that's beautiful. And that's you. You literally are saying, I am ready to jump into life. I've integrated my shadow, I've done my work, I've followed my spiritual path. I'm ready to quite literally be written on. I'm ready. I'm ready for a new life, a new perspective, a new everything. There's newness coming your way. Again, from nothing to everything. Have you been shedding your skin, your layers, your certainties? Gone are fixed identities and definite opinion. Oh, okay. Let me read again. I'm so sorry. All right. Have you been shedding your skin, your layers, your certainties? Gone are the fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting these shackles aside, even if you fear you're releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, blazing angel, something more beautiful and more true. Oh my goodness, this resonates so heavily. Yet here you are at the purging state. Here you are at the pruning stage. So, but some of you might be purging, like letting go of a lot. Again, here you are, the pruning stage. Like a gardener for the soul. Are you fucking kidding? When I tell you, the divine never ceases to amaze me. And I'm sure this is something that also you feel like whenever you're down in the slumps, there's just something. There's a little spark that comes your way. And you're like, I cannot deny the existence and of how my spirituality has gotten me this far, or how believing in the divine has gotten me. There's something always that, even if it's the tiniest thing that resonates with you, keeps you going. This is really beautiful. Like the gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life, or will the enthusiastic denouement process be rather too much and unintentionally kill off the garden altogether? Fear not, your soul is made of hardy stuff. You can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. Wow. There is a greater story to be impressed upon your essence than the one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, my angel of love, there is one who is even more. The imagination of this great writer is beyond our comprehension. The story that pours forth from the cosmic poet is in every moment are so rich they inspire the creation of art and music. One such story is specially created for you, yes, you, with a startling role and all the best supporting cast, you shall gasp in wonder, awe and glee and delight when you hear it. It is a great romance, a great adventure, with an ending truly spectacular and divine. Will you wish to hear it? Become attentive now. Put your own tales aside, as dramatic as they may seem right now, and prepare to be entranced by the greater storyteller, the living poet of love, as you are entraced in a tale of your unfolding divine destiny. Wow, my goodness. My goodness. I'm even like, I kid you not, I'm here. Just reading that made me feel like I could cry, honestly. There's something about, and this could be your energy, and I sympathize with you so heavily, Pawan. There's something about you feel like you've surrendered. Finally, you've you reached this point of acceptance and surrender. And because of it, it's so scary though. It's so scary to be in that energy. But you're about to fall into a beautiful new life. It is not that the one that you've been living was bad or it was ugly, because this one's beautiful. It's not about comparison for you, and I feel like you feel that way anyways. It's not about comparison. It is about you living in this flow, you really enjoying the things that you do and seeing a lot of success because you are pursuing the things that you love to do. And you deserve that, okay? You're very deserving of this. Night and day, I'm seeing. There's a 180 here. It's quite beautiful. Your story is really beautiful, very touching. Wow. Congratulations, Pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I want to also thank your spirit guides. You guys, I really hope that this resonated and it brought you clarity and a lot of confirmation and a lot of like just you believing in yourself, because you should. Thank you for your likes, for your comments, for subscribing. Thank you to everyone that shares like their life and their little nuggets of wisdom in the comments. I think it's always so beautiful. I really wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good one. Hello, Pal 2. If you guys picked the, oh my God, I almost dropped that. If you picked the clear quartz, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what the universe has for you, right? Some unexpected gift. All right, let's get into your reading. So I'm going to put these towards the back because I'm going to start with some tarot that I already pre-shuffled and pre-picked. Like always, guys, I haven't looked at these, you know. If you missed the intro, that's okay. I actually added this card yesterday, and the piles were like ruminating, kind of like, not ruminating, what's the word? Marinating, that's the word. With all the cards and the crystals on top, and then, you know, we gathered the 777 portal energy, and here we are today. All right, let's see. Ooh, Four of Cups. So this could be, this could definitely be about love. I almost saw a little heart here. You see how that kind of looks like a heart? Like out of the blue, I was just like, wait, is that a heart? And then I had to pick it up, and no, it's not a heart. But you're over it. Interesting, interesting. This could definitely be about love, but you're like, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want. Oh man, okay. See, this is really interesting. I'm seeing things that are not there. Do you know what I mean? Like I just saw a heart there. There's not a heart. And then I pick up the Six of Pentacles and I'm like, oh, past soulmate. So I'm seeing the Six of Cups, even though it's a Six of Pentacles. Do you see what I mean? But there's something about reciprocity coming in. And let's see what, you know, it doesn't have to be about love. It doesn't have to be about love. But it feels like it. Feels like it. The moon. Okay, interesting. Death and the Ten of Wands. Okay. Wow. Give me a second here, Patu. I'm just gathering information. I'm actually, let me shuffle a bit here because interesting, interesting. Oh my God, look at that. The tower at the bottom here. Okay. You know what it is? You know what it is, Patu? It's like, because this death card is, it's like drawing me in, just as like it in the depiction itself is like drawing things in, right? It's almost like this death card with this streak here, and I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing, but let me explain. So it's like this energy of over it, this energy of I want reciprocity in all my relationships, not just the romantic ones, but it could be specifically about a romantic one. And then the energy of the moon of like not knowing what's going on, being kind of like in the shadows about things, having hidden feelings for someone or someone having hidden feelings for you, not knowing when to approach, kind of like being in the shadows a bit when it comes to connections, love, having boundaries around connections or something like that. All of this is being sucked in and there's a death to this energy and there's a rebirth. And the rebirth is going to start for you as an opportunity to let go of all. Like let go of all the burdens. Everything that happened in the past, everything that has happened, every connection that you've had that at this point in time is no longer serving you. I have a candle next to me that's lit. I'll show you. It's literally making a noise. It just started doing that when I started to say that about your reading. Okay. Anyways, oh my God, ADHD. I don't have ADHD. I can't even say that word. Uh, it's not a word. Anyways, oh my God. Okay, I'm all over the place. But yeah, there's something about, there's a moment in time here, and this is a gift, okay? So this is a gift for you because you've needed this gift. You have needed to let go. Why? Because you're over the things that are no, again, the connections that are not serving you, the being like friends, family, partners, past people that you've kind of been involved with, but not really. There's a lot of like just like muckiness that you just need to clear off, and it's happening. You having a I almost said a crisis. It's not a crisis. It could be a tower moment. It could be a shift, but a quick one, an alignment from the universe. Yeah, for new beginnings, exactly. For new love, for, wow, look at that. For new love with the Ace of Cups, for a lot of, like, success in the things that you want to be successful at. And the fact that we have, look at that. The fact that we have the Empress after that, that's crazy. It is a moment in time where you go through this shift where you're going to be like observing all of this. You go through a tower moment. You go through a little bit of a dark night of the soul, and here you are at the other end, so easily being able to walk away from things that no longer serve you, so easily being able to leave the path that maybe was kind of not destined for you, but you thought was destined for you, and go your own way. You forge your own way forward, and quite literally you do it with the support of the universe. The universe is here to say, we don't have to stay in this energy anymore, Paltu. You don't have to be here. And you know what? It's really interesting. It's like the Six of Pentacles. She's trying to balance between the Moon and the Four of Cups. It's like, do I stay around with things that I feel like I literally have outgrown, but it's the only thing that's being presented to me again and again and again? Or do I go forth and kind of just ignore the red flags, ignore that there's no reciprocity, ignore that I'm over it, and just live in this way? No, you're getting a moment here where you're like, no, fuck all of that. I rather kind of not die, but you rather have a moment in time where everything shifts, and everything again that has been burdening at you, especially when it comes to connections, and it could be very much about love. Okay, I'm gonna ask the deck, but hold on. You have an opportunity here. It's not even an opportunity, it's happening. You're going to have so much release when it comes to this. So much release, so much of like getting out of, look at that, Two of Swords. Look at this, Eight of Swords and Two of Swords. You're getting out of this. This is what this death and rebirth is bringing towards you. Wow. It's setting you free. It's literally setting you free. The Moon again, my goodness, and the Five of Wands. This is that internal struggle, I'm telling you. The Moon is like you lie. In this case, I'm seeing the Moon as you lying to yourself. But you know what? Your shadow self, your dreams, your intuition, like this card says here, they constantly give you information about the things that you know you shouldn't be involved in, the people that you shouldn't be involved with. But there's that internal struggle for you. There's that, like, do I give it another chance? You could also be mistaken, the divine giving you signs and synchronicity about certain people as a sign. But maybe the sign is that you need to go, unless there is this energy of reciprocity, you need to go. But if for some reason the Six of Pentacles here is not showing me reciprocity, if anything, is showing me that you kind of have to beg for the reciprocity, which is, no, you shouldn't have to do that. There's no, There's no need to be begging other people to treat you in the right way. You know, you treat people how you want to be treated. And if that's not reciprocated, please move on, Pal 3. I almost said Pal 3. You need to move on, Pal 2. But maybe it's really hard for you. Maybe you're this person that you give people a lot of chances. Again, you refuse to see certain things, especially when they're not working in connections. But guess what? There's this, yes, look at that. The High Priestess is here. Your wisdom, your inner guidance, your intuition, dreams again. They're here to tell you the truth. And you know what? It's a truth that you cannot ignore anymore. You cannot ignore it anymore. And there is a death and a rebirth, because I'm seeing the skull here. And you know what's interesting too? I dedicated this little guy, this flower agate skull, to this deck. You know, I put it like that so that like it charges it, just because of all the skulls that are in this deck. So skulls could be like a sign of significance for you. But if anything, skulls, if you're seeing a lot of skulls, you know what? You know what they mean for you after seeing this reading? It means this death and this rebirth is coming up for you. It means at this point where you honestly say, fuck it. I'm going to do me at this point in time. And I don't care how people perceive me or who thinks that I owe them whatever it is that they think that I owe them. There's something about people pulling on your energy, pulling on, making you think that you owe them something just because they give you a little bit of attention, or because you have a past together. Like you know, that means that they have access to you forever and ever and ever, and there's no boundaries or something like that. Absolutely fucking not. Yeah. There's the thing is that when you bring this balance in, when you kind of let go, there's a fast moving, there's a journey of success and progress. Yeah, there's a fast moving energy that propels you forward towards this, which is what you truly want. This is what you're not over, right? You truly want this. But the thing is, you have to choose yourself first. You have to choose your own, and you have to stick by your boundaries and stick by the things that you know that make you feel good, and the people that make you feel good, the people that make you feel like you're appreciated. Like, if it doesn't matter if what the other person's giving you is all that they can give, and it's all the way that they can share how they feel about you, and they can show you how they appreciate you. If you don't feel appreciated in a connection, then you don't feel appreciated. Don't stay there. You cannot teach people or beg people to treat you in a certain way. It's almost like you have to take them at face value. I think this is a lot of what I'm talking right now, which I sound like I'm your therapist. It's really your spirit guide saying this is the shift that's coming in. You're realizing this is your gift because you need it, because you maybe struggle with boundaries, and you might be a people pleaser, or you might be someone who thinks, no, you see people's potential, but you're not taking them at face value in the moment. Just because someone has the potential to be a certain way or someone towards you, it is not your job, and it's quite frankly a disservice to yourself and this person for you to be connected to them, wanting to change them. No, you let them be who they are. They'll grow at their own pace, but you need to gather your shit and leave because you don't feel appreciated, and therefore you're not appreciated if you don't feel that way. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm so sorry I'm being like a little bit weird and tough here. This is not really, I don't think it's me. I honestly think it's your spirit guides. Not that I want to like not take the blame. There's no blame. You know, I'm not even blaming you for this. I've been here. I sometimes am in this energy. I'm speaking from experience, or else I can't really give advice when I'm talking out of my ass. You know what I mean? Like, I know what this feels like, which is why I know that it's possible to be also in this energy, have this shift in perspective where you're like, wait a minute. I understand that this person can be this and this and that. Even if they're telling you that they want to change. Let's get even into that for a second there. You wanting to change someone that doesn't want to be changed is bad enough. But even if they tell you that they want to change and they still don't change, part two, move on. Move on. Nothing that is meant for you. you know, your counterpart or the love of your life or soulmate, if they're meant to be, they're meant to be. But you do not have to stick around and feel like you're not loved and you're not appreciated, okay? That's not how it comes into your life, okay? That's not how it happens. And we see it again and again and again. And I'm not someone that's like, all men do this and all women do that. I'm not like that. But you also kind of, again, you have to take people at face value. Very interesting. Okay, end of the rant. End of the rant. I'm not ranting at you anymore. All right, let's see what the oracles have to say. I feel like, ooh, the truth. My goodness, yeah. Raven spirit. Ravens can be very significant. You could be seeing them, not just like physically, but you could be seeing them like in social media and stuff. Ravens are beautiful birds, and they're so smart. I'm thinking of Odin because he has two ravens that fly around the world, collecting information, and they return to him at night and give him like the lowdown, like the tea that's going on. It's interesting that I'm even saying it like that. There's a lot of truth coming your way. That makes sense. The fact that she's wearing red and this is the red cloaks here, it's almost like you are your own catalyst for truth, about all of this situation. There's a lot of, the word that keeps coming up in my head is mucky. There's a lot of confusion. Maybe people's energies kind of confuse you. It could be people that are hot and cold with you or something like that. It's like you're going to see through all that bullshit so clearly when I tell you it's like night and day for you, which is why you reach that moment of, you know, when like people mention like their ex or something like that, and like in relationships as well, we get to a point where like we know the definitive point where like I can never, me and this person can never be, you know, yeah, you know, they're still attractive, yes, you know, they're this and that, but I cannot be with them. It's impossible. I'm done. That's where you're reaching that point. But you're not reaching that point after a long, long time. It's going to be very easy for you to see through the bullshit, see through the deception of others sometimes as well. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your intuition, Patu, because you are very intuitive. You have this scorpion energy behind you, this way of like even being able to like look at people's eyes and just see through to the depth of their soul. Like it's quite interesting, quite beautiful, very impressive energy. Something about your Lilith can be in Scorpio because people with that placement have very intensity behind their eyes. Yeah, that's really interesting. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. The fact that we have the moon, which is Pisces energy, and now we have a new moon in Pisces. Again, you meditate and you contemplate on this stuff and the truth will come forth. Also, I'm hearing like ask your spirit guides for very specific synchronicities, very specific signs, and you'll get them. Again, your dream state tells you a lot about the state of your relationship with other people. However, no one can interpret your dreams for you by yourself. You really have to have this practice of kind of like understanding your psyche and understanding how your dreams tell you stories, because some dreams are verbatim. Like you dream that your boyfriend's cheating on you. I'm sorry, most of the time there's some truth to it. There's something about that, right? That just came to mind right away. Because I've had so many friends tell me that too. Like I knew they were cheating because I saw it in a dream. Like, but that might sound fucking crazy, but it's not. It's not if you trust your intuition. But sometimes the dreams are not but verbatim like that, like boom, boom, boom. This is what's happening, but you'll get a whole like a sense of what it is. Does that make sense? Like, but again, that takes time to develop that kind of intuition. But you could be someone who, you know, you start writing down your dreams and within a week you'll get it down. You'll understand the patterns of your psyche and you'll understand yourself. Why? Because you dedicate time to that understanding, to uncovering a lot of mysteries, and therefore truth come to you. Trust. Oof. That is interesting. That is very interesting too. Because it's like you're getting truth, but you also have to trust that you're getting that truth. Does that make sense? Because it's like your intuition could be giving you hints after hints after hints. Your body could have sensations. You could have visions. You could imagine things. You could have dreams. But if you refuse to see the truth and you refuse to trust what you're seeing, it's almost like it was all for nothing, you know. You gotta understand that as well. You have to trust yourself, trust the universe, trust the information you're receiving. All right, let's read about that. Step in the unknown. All may not be revealed at this time. Trust its unseen forces. Trust in unseen forces. Meditate again on this to let go of all the attachments or possibilities. Free yourself from the Dharma and increase your trust in your guidance, in your guides and the universe. Okay. You see what that's last sentence here. Meditate and let go of all the attachments or possibilities. That's you. That resonates deeply with this pile. So yeah, that's you. That's the universe saying you have to let go of the possibilities that you see in others. You have to let go of the attachments to other people. When we are constantly giving you hints and synchronicities, we're telling you what's really going on. So you have to trust our guidance so that you get to a point where you're not self-sacrificing in relationships anymore, pal, too. But you're getting there. You're getting there. And if this reading has been a little bit triggering for you, I'm very, very sorry. Um, but it's almost like that's also confirmation. If it's been triggering, it's because there's something here for you. Okay, it's almost like a message of, hey, pay attention to what we're telling you. And it's not that you're in danger, but you're in danger of, again, you keep self-sacrificing for what, to what extent, until when are you going to be doing this? Don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. It's almost like the people that you're doing it for, they're not even worth it. Like, not to say that loving and being accepting and forgiving towards others is not something that people deserve. Quite the opposite, actually. People need more of that, but not at your expense. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right. Wow, beloved. This is why they want, like I said, you got the Chariot and the Lovers. So this is why they want you to step away from these energies they don't deserve you because of this. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationships. Believe you are lovable. My goodness, is that true? So you don't have to convince anybody, Pautu, that you are lovable. You don't have to plead and beg for love. You simply are lovable. And you have to believe that. You have to believe that because you are. You are. So you're getting ready for this, which is why you're letting go of a lot of stuff. You're letting go of a lot of connections and people and things. That makes sense. You're making space. You're making space for a life partner, a soulmate. Wow. Look, that, I can't make that shit up. Sacred union. This was about love, but it wasn't at the same time, but it is. This is crazy. Wow, I love Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit, for confirming this, because I feel sometimes that I'm like speaking blindly, but at the same time I'm not. But it feels that way sometimes. All right. The Chariot and the Lovers coming out, and then we have Beloved and Sacred Union. I can't make that shit up. Even if I wanted to, I can't. All right. Let's see. Number 19. So this book actually has a lot of stuff, okay? So I'm just going to pull up so that you can pause and read whatever you want to read. I'm sorry that I have things highlighted. Is that I've gotten this card before and I like to highlight certain things. I mean, it's almost like I highlight everything, but shh, don't talk about that. So you guys might want to screenshot and like read, especially this little part right here. The honoring ritual is really nice. It makes you feel really good when you do those. All right. So Sacred Union. Only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. It's going to feel that way, this kind of love with this person. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. That's so interesting. That just started like that. That's love, right? Love feels that way. Again, let me start again. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. There is no grief in that loss. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor of this mindlessness. It is ecstasy, rapture. The sweetness of union so sacred overwhelms my senses. The lover and the beloved at my world. Nothing else exists except this love, this unity of divine masculine and feminine, and the fresh new universe that shall be born from their sacred conjuring. Conjoining. Conjuring. Interesting. All right. It happens even now between the body and my spirit, and in yours, and in this and his over there, and in that woman passing by. O creation in second rapturous embrace. So shocking and wild, this frenzy of loving delight without limits. Let us be swept away, my beloved, in the passionate loving that renders duality into one and rips the mind into empty ecstasy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to read you a little part that I really like. No matter what has been, what has succeeded and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there's only one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking. It is behind every life experience you seek. It is behind every life experience seeking you. Oh, interesting. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside. Turn down your eyes and pretend you cannot see. Be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright. And know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. Yeah. The union that's coming, it's not just you uniting with yourself and like finding yourself and finding your worth and believing that you are lovable, but it's almost like after that, the gift that the universe is presenting to you is your beloved. It's someone that really truly sees you for who you are and is deserving of you, and you are deserving of them. And there's no need to beg for anything. It's almost like everything just aligns perfectly. And you deserve it. You deserve it, pal, too. You've been through a lot and you definitely deserve this. And even if you haven't been through much, you still deserve this, okay? Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I want to apologize, I guess, for when it got like a little, it got a little tough there. But you know, I'm sure there's a reason for it. And you know, those of you who like the reading will like it, and those of you who don't like it won't like it anyways, right? So I'm just doing what I'm called to do, and I don't even know if I should apologize. But anyways, I just want to extend my empathy, and I completely understand where you're coming from, and everything that came up here. I also understand a lot of it because I've been through a lot of that myself as well. So once again, I want to thank you for letting me read for you. I want to thank your spirit guides for trusting me with this message. Thank you for your likes, for your comments, for your subscriptions, for everything, honestly. Thank you for being the loving soul that you are, the forgiving and kind, precious person that you are. And I hope to see you in other readings in the future. Have a good one. Hello, Pal 3. you guys picked the Lilac Lapidolite, this is going to be your reading. Let's look into what gift the universe is bringing you. All right, all the piles have been very unique and very interesting. I'm sure your pile will not disappoint. I'm going to start with your tarot cards. I'll leave the oracles over here. I haven't looked at these, obviously, and I mentioned in the intro, I don't know if you missed it, but that actually this reading was like marinating for a day yesterday, Friday, with the 7/7 portal. And I think this is why they're so clear, the messages, and they're also very unique and very interesting and very powerful. All right, let's get into your reading. Pile 3. Justice. And the Sun. My goodness. 2 major arcana right off the bat. My goodness, pile 3, are you guys like, I'm just seeing like energy, you know, like the sun is like the razor like that. That's you. So there's a lot of balance coming into your life and a lot of happiness coming into your life. A lot of karmic justice as well. It's almost like you're going to be I can never say that word. You will embody that energy. You could have Libra in like your rising or your sun sign, maybe moon as well, or Venus. And then the sun reminds me of Leo, because you know Leos are ruled by the sun. So Leo could be, I'm actually seeing like a Leo moon or Leo Venus, and then a sun in Libra and a rising in Libra, something like that. You don't have to have any of those placements. I'm sorry. It's just when that comes up, I just have to mention it because it might be confirmation for someone. Really interesting. A lot of healing of your inner child as well has happened here. Justice. I'm seeing justice right now, like it is depicted in the LIGHTSEERS tarot, which is this one, where it's like higher self and shadow self, and they're balanced, kind of like that. That makes me think you've done a lot of like shadow integration, and that's why you're very balanced at this moment. And that's why like it's this moment where your energy is very intense, very much like it's almost like radiating from you as well. Happiness is just there. Wow. Page of Wands. Okay, so it's like I love this cat tarot. It's like you have this newfound passion, or you're about to embark on this journey where pursuing this newfound passion that makes you feel, again, with the page, with the childlike energy. And that brings you a lot of happiness. Maybe you're doing a lot of inner child healing, or you being very balanced again. Kind of like, if I want to put that in a practical 3D perspective, if you will, you know, everything could be really going well in your life at this time. And because of that, you have a lot of inner child healing going on, because you have, you know, you feel very secure, let's say like monetary wise. You're doing very well with your health. You're very dedicated towards the things that you're pursuing passionately. You feel very fulfilled. You're having a very nice period in your life at this moment, which is why there's a lot of inner child healing. And in doing that, it's almost like it helps you to pursue something that you've had a dream about, you've dreamt about since you were a child as well. There's something like that here for some of you. Oh my God. Okay. You guys are fucking magical. Let me just say how I want to say it. Oh my fucking God. What? Okay, I promise, I swear to you, and you can believe me if you want to or not, I do not look at these cards before I do these, okay? I promise I do not. I don't look at them. And the fact that I brought up this card and the card came up again, it's in your reading. And the fact on top of that is that we have 2 justice cards. That is incredible. incredible. Okay, this is me flipping this card over and freaking the fuck out like that. It's literally confirmation about what I was just fucking talking about, which I can't even tell you what it is because most of the shit that I do here is channeling. I'm so sorry I'm cursing, but this is probably you. Or honestly, I curse sometimes. I just kind of hold myself back because TikTok. Well, TikTok, yeah, and YouTube doesn't like that. But what? I'm speechless, quite literally. So yeah, you guys have definitely integrated shadow self and like between the two justice cards, it's happiness and new beginnings and pursuing things and being a happy child again, seeing the world through a child's eyes, which is like what? There's endless possibilities. There is endless things that we could pursue. Everything is possible. Everything is going to work out for me. That's literally your energy that's coming up. There's a lot of that coming up for you right now. That's your gift. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. A lot of beautiful karmic justice coming in here. It's like a moment for Dharma, like you stepping into what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime, which is why there's so much happiness radiating from within you and around you. It's beautiful. Seven of Pentacles. God. Yeah, you've been cultivating this. And guess what? All you've been seeing is a little bit of what the fruit of your labor, but look at these roots. It's like you've been these things that you've been pursuing and really wanting to flourish into your life, they're about to. If anything, I don't want to put that there because it's not the next step. This is the first step. It's almost like I want to do it like this. Yeah, this is what feels right. Just go with me here because I'm seeing, this is what I'm seeing in my head. This is what I'm seeing. This is how I see it. This is really interesting. Yeah. That's crazy. I just can't believe you have the two justice cards here. The fact that this card, I was seeing it in my head, you guys. This is why I'm like freaking out about it. Not freaking out in a bad way, like in a good way. Like you guys are very powerful. You guys could, okay, you could be creatives. You could be people that read tarot as well. You could be stepping into some kind of role that has something to do with imagery. Or maybe you have very vivid imagination and that's how you manifest, believe it or not. Maybe as a child, you were really good at like drawing, pursuing things. Something with the arts is very significant, or spirituality is very significant as well. So yeah, you've been working at this for a while now. You've been trying, maybe you want to work by yourself, have your own business or something like that. Or as a creative, it has been really hard for you to see the success that you need to put yourself at ease a bit with, with your life, because there are practical things that we need to think about money, being able to pay for my food, my housing, things like that. Like there's something there that you've been working and working. You have not given up on your dreams. And boom, here's the universe saying, we're here to balance shit out because you deserve this. You've done the work that you need to do. Now it's time. It's time for happiness. It's time for, it really is your moment. It's your time. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. You see how she's very trusting, right? It's almost like the shadow is the one with the open eyes. And she is very, like the subconscious. Your subconscious is very aware of what's going on here. But you on the other side of things, you're so sure of yourself and the things that are just going to happen. You have a lot of faith and you've like stepped into like surrender and you just believe. Again, with that childlike mentality of everything is possible. Okay, so I don't have this for this right now, but tomorrow I'll have it, or something good is gonna happen. Like that's what it feels like. You're so trusting, and that's why goodness is coming your way. It's like, you cannot deny the sun. The sun just exists. It rises and it sets every day. You can trust that the sun will be there. The sun brings life. It brings illumination as well. So you're seeing things in a different light, but you're with the lens of happiness. There's a lot of happiness coming into your life. 11 is also a master teacher number. So it's like karma has taught you very valuable lessons here. But damn, are you learn them, you master them, and you're doing what you're meant to be doing. Happiness is on its way. It's on a horse. It's on its way to you. Don't doubt it for a second. Wow. Willow spirit, flexibility. You could really be into nature and nature spirits as well. There's something here about also, again, that flexibility makes me think of, again, the trusting them, having a lot of faith. Maybe because the timing could be, I'm reading for a collective, okay? But the timing could be different for a lot of you. But you have this, the universe is saying it's coming. You just have to believe that it's coming, okay? Keep believing. I'm hearing that song now. Don't stop believing. Just keep doing you. Keep doing what you're doing. You cannot do anything wrong. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll see how all of this plays out in your life. Stay also like wondering. Stay very flexible. Stay grounded. There's something again about nature spirits. Maybe you work with nature spirits. Look up the willow tree. Maybe that means something to you specifically. Ooh, what do you need to release? Waxing moon. I think this is what you've done actually, because it goes here, right? So I think this is what you have done. This work that you've been putting in is actually a lot of releasing. A lot of releasing to make space for this, okay? And if you haven't, if you're in this step right now, make sure that you really tackle those things that, again, you need to release to allow this energy to come in, okay? It's almost like you have to be like this empty vessel for this thing to be quite literally planted, to set roots in your life. Ooh, talisman. You got the key. There's something about you gaining wisdom or something. You're unlocking like a certain maybe truth because of the sun and the alignment, but also you're unlocking like the doors that were locked before. You're getting the key to go into those places. You have access to the things that you didn't have access to in the past. You're also very protected at this time. Your path is very protective as well. What's meant for you will be yours, no doubt about it. The talisman represents new doors opening for you now. New pathways are presented at this time. It also invites you to find a creative and to find or create a change, an opportune. Oh my God. It also invites you to find or create a change, an appropriate symbol, amulet, or mantra to help you support your current endeavors or healing. So maybe you come up with like a certain phrase, a certain prayer. Maybe you create your own little talisman. I like to do these. I feel called to show you, but I like to do these little bottles with like certain crystals and salts and stuff. And I usually add like runes to it. So maybe you guys quite literally create something. Maybe that's where like as a child, you used to create things, and maybe you're meant to do that. And that's how it's part of like your spiritual practice, or it's just part of like your job as well. You're creating something with your hands. Interesting. And you're like, it helps you heal, it helps you align, so you're doing it for someone else as well. That's a side message for someone. So empower this talisman with your intention to invoke its magic into your everyday life. Meditate on this card to act as the powerful road opener to new adventures or opportunities, or to discover hidden talismans of power, love, and peace. The key. So the skeleton key is often used in magic symbolically to move from one place in life to another. That's literally what you're doing. It is also one of the many symbols of the goddess Hecate. Ooh, Hecate. I'm sorry, I don't know how to properly say her name, but Hecate. When worn when worn as a talisman or charged with intention, the key can free us from our self-imposed cages and move us into the next part of the journey by opening new doors and opportunities. So there's new doors and opportunities opening for you. That makes so much sense. That's why they want you to stay flexible, because there's things that are going to be shifting in your life, okay? And you might be someone also that tends to want to have a lot of balance. And because you want to have balance, you feel like you need to control a lot of things. But they're saying, no, no, no. Tap into this childlike mentality. Trust that happiness is coming your way and like good things. New doors are opening. Things that are no longer serving you are closing, getting out of your life. You're releasing what you don't need. You're making space. I'm seeing someone nesting, like, you know, like making space. Again, making the proper changes in your own environment. By sometimes what you do outwardly, it's because this is what you're doing internally. Pay attention to that as well, part 3, because with that integration of shadow and stuff that I'm seeing with this imagery, it could be like whatever you do, like in your dream state, or whatever it is that you're doing spiritually, you tend to do it in outwardly as well. So if you feel very called to like clean your space, change your house around, change your furniture, it's probably because you're doing the same thing internally. You're shifting. That's also kind of like how you can gauge the timing for this. Stay flexible about the timing, but that's also like a little hint. Wow. My goodness. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck too. Magic. Make a wish. Believe in miracles. Magic surrounds you. Didn't I tell you that there's like this powerful thing around you, this light, this present, this thing that just emanates around you. It's within you. It's everywhere. Wow. Very much connected to fairies, you guys. Maybe you work with the fae. Maybe you work with Hecate as well because of the key, or you're being called to work with her. Magic. Hecate could be around you in like different ways, where like it just keeps coming up and up and up and like in different ways. It could be like social media videos. In real life, you could be very devoted to the moon. You could be drawing like the moon faces. I don't know. There's something like that for some of you. And then with the fae, with fairies, you could also be getting hints about the fae everywhere. Or you're just naturally, you work with them, but you don't even know that that's what you're working with. And you just think of them as like nature spirits. But they very much support you, and they're very much around you and protecting you. So yeah, make a wish, believe in miracles. It's almost like this shift, this happiness coming into your life is going to feel like a miracle. It's going to feel like your wishes are coming true. And they are. They really are. Wow. Ooh, the cloak of Christ. Being the number 4, I really like that because it means like new foundation, like a solid new foundation. This is really beautiful. I'm almost seeing like angel wings here, even though they're not angel wings. This also speaks about being very protected. You could feel like you need a lot of protection at this time for some reason. Because I even brought it up with the talisman. Even though it doesn't mention it in the book, I brought up like protection. So you could feel like you need protecting at this moment in time. And you are protected. My goodness, are you protected? All right. Let me show you everything that it says about this card, and you can pause it and read it. Because I cannot read all of this. I'm sorry. I'm even struggling to read today for some reason. So you guys can pause and screenshot and read this. Read it yourself. I'm sorry. All right. It's like saying Google it. The sacred honoring ritual is really powerful for this one. I know it because I haven't gotten this card yet, but I got another card that mentioned doing the ritual for this card, and I did, and it was quite beautiful. All right, so it says, the cloak of Christ. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Wow, that is powerful. All right, my sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of this protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul that is outside the realm of His divine love and protection? Offer all to Him. Leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely and without condition now. The compassion born, excuse me, out of your own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. Hold on a second. When I tell you, you guys are like blowing me fucking away. Okay, here we go again. The compassion born out of your own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have, through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your effort and your struggles, so that it's bestowed upon you now in the resurrection of forgiveness, of kindness and mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light. Darkness and light. The angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloaks of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. Wow. Wow. So you guys, wow, part 3. You guys could feel like you need protection because you could feel like you're not seeing it. Which is why I was bringing up probably the timing, because you're not seeing yet the fruit of your labor. You're not seeing in the outward world the representation of how you feel within, right? That you feel very balanced. You feel like you're in a good place in life, but you're like, why doesn't my outside reflect that? It's coming up for you. Part 3 is coming. Please believe in that. Believe that you are protected. Believe that there's magic around you, and the things that you deserve, they're about to just open the floodgates here, and everything is going to come in. Everything is going to come in because you deserve it. Make sure you keep releasing, letting go. And as you let go, you also accept yourself, okay? Accept yourself for who you are, who you've been, who you will be, who you thought you were going to be, but you haven't gotten there yet. It's like everything is like a little bit jumbled up. You have to really accept yourself and trust. Trust in the goodness that's coming into your life, because it is coming into your life. Wow. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. This was a beautiful pile to finish these readings with. Thank you to your spirit guides for being here and for using me to deliver this message, this beautiful message to you. I hope it resonated, and I hope you got a lot of confirmation and everything that you needed from this reading. A lot of believing in yourself, because you should. Thank you for your likes, your comments, for your subscriptions, for watching, for your support and your kindness and your love in the comments. And you guys are just really wonderful. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next readings. You have a good one.